There's a place on the African map where governments collapse overnight, where rebels patrol highways, where journalists vanish and children carry rifles. It's not fiction. It's not a war movie. It's real, and it's happening right now. Welcome to the most dangerous country in Africa. But how did it get here? Who's really in charge? And can this place ever find peace again? The world watches in silence. But this story must be told. Zoom in on a nation with endless rivers, dense rainforests, and underground riches that power the modern world. The Democratic Republic of Congo, the heart of Africa, a land of beauty drenched in blood. Since 1998, more than 6 million people have died from wars, hunger, and disease. Over 100 armed groups roam its eastern provinces. Children go to sleep not knowing if they'll wake up, and those who do may never be the same again. This isn't just a crisis. It's an open wound, one the world refuses to heal. To understand today's Congo, we must start with its darkest beginning. The late 1800s, King Leopold of Belgium claimed Congo as his personal property. Under the banner of civilization, he turned it into a rubber empire built on blood. Millions were killed, mutilated, or worked to death. The world turned a blind eye. Colonialism ended, but exploitation didn't. Independence came in 1960. Hope soared with Patrice Lumumba, but within months, he was dead, assassinated with help from Western intelligence. What followed was Mobutu, 32 years of corruption, dictatorship, and decay. By the time he fell, Congo was a shell of a nation, ready to explode. The Rwandan genocide ended in 1994, but its aftermath spilled over the border into Congo. Millions fled, among them killers, armed groups, and chaos. In 1996, Congo's first war began. By 1998, the Second Congo War exploded, involving 9 countries and more than 20 armed factions. It was called Africa's World War, and though peace agreements were signed, the war never really ended. It simply mutated. Congo today is not one war. It's dozens of wars. PM23, BADF, Kodako, FDLR, Mai militias, some backed by Rwanda, others by Uganda, some by no one but bloodlust. The government tries to fight back, but often fails. Some soldiers join rebels. Some rebel leaders run for office. The line between warlord and politician blurred. Congo sits on untold wealth. Gold, cobalt, coltan. Your smartphone, your laptop, they run on Congolese minerals. But instead of bringing peace, this wealth brings death. Rebels fight over mines. Corrupt officials sell resources to the highest bidder. Foreign companies fund the violence quietly, then walk away with the profits. The richer Congo becomes, the more it bleeds. MONUSCO, the United Nations' most expensive peacekeeping mission. Thousands of blue helmets, billions spent, yet the massacres continue. The rapes, the kidnappings, locals protest against them, accuse them of doing nothing. Sometimes, of even standing by while people die. Peacekeeping without peace. Imagine being born here. Your village attacked before you turn 10. You're forced to flee into the jungle. You don't go to school. You don't play. You carry water or a gun. At night, you hear screams. Your mother hides you. Your father may already be gone. This is not rare. It's common. In Congo, rape is not just a crime. It's a weapon used to destroy families, villages, generations. Children are forced to join armed groups. Girls, barely teenagers, become mothers in the jungle. The trauma never ends. The world's most vulnerable live in its most violent land. Rwanda, Uganda, Burundi. They've all crossed into Congo, chasing rebels, mining resources, building influence. Some say they help, others say they loot. Either way, Congo becomes the battlefield, and its people, the casualties. Congo has a president, a parliament, a flag, but in much of the country, the government doesn't govern. Roads crumble, schools close, hospitals rot. The state's only presence. Soldiers, who can't protect or worse, become predators. Trust in leaders has faded, and elections, often rigged, chaotic, or simply delayed. There are moments when the world looks at Congo. A viral tweet, a celebrity visit, a tragedy too big to ignore. Then the news cycle moves on. But the people are still here, still trapped, still waiting for help that never comes. But not everyone gives up. There are doctors who operate with no electricity, teachers who risk death to educate, women who rebuild villages after being broken, youth who organize protests with nothing but hope. These people are Congo's true defenders. They deserve more than silence. Yes, but it's not easy. It starts with justice, real justice, holding warlords accountable, cutting off the arms trade, demanding transparency from companies that buy blood minerals, supporting African-led peace efforts, not foreign experiments, and most of all, telling the truth. Congo is the most dangerous country in Africa, not because of its people, but because of what has been done to them, by colonizers, by neighbors, by its own leaders, and by a world that only values what's underground, not what's above. Its people. But Congo is not doomed. It is surviving, still breathing, still hoping. Africa cannot rise while Congo falls. And Congo will not heal until we all start paying attention. Subscribe to Pan-African Storyteller, because the headlines end here, but the real story is just beginning.